Alright, so we finally got the trailer that confirms Leon in Resident Evil Requiem. And this trailer was shown off at the Game Awards, which I actually did predict after that leaked image we got on the PlayStation Store, so I was right about that. Now, in the trailer, we do get to see some gameplay with Leon, and yes, he is actually, he can do spinning kicks and flips and stuff like that, so he still has his foot, because one of the concerns was, when this information was getting leaked, like in his old age, it's going to be much older than before, and people were worried that he might not have the skills he did before because he's old and stuff like that. Well, in the trailer, when we got to see him, he's not that old. I think he's like probably either in his early 50s or in his late 40s. Something like that, I think his age is, but he's still got it, you know what I mean? He's still athletic, he can still do all these moves. Which is actually kind of funny because as I was watching the trailer, I was looking down at the comment section below and I was reading some comments and some people were saying is that because of his age, when he does his spinning kicks, his back is going to go and it's going to have a lot of back pain and because he's too old and stuff like that. But the guy's not 70 years old, you know, he's not going to have these type of problems, you know. At his age that he's going to be in, it's all right to do spinning kicks, like, because I used to do, like I said, used to do taekwondo and people like in their, like 50s, like I'm talking about like 55-ish, and they can still do those spinning kicks, and they do those advanced version of those spinning kicks, and they didn't have any back problems. So I don't know why people are saying, oh, he's too old to do these spinning kicks, but it is what it is, I guess. Now, in the trailer, Leon does look like a badass going up against his zombies. You know, he does do the spinning kicks, as I mentioned before. There's a point here where he actually grabs a chain. Like, there's this zombie that he can't talk like 100%, but this zombie's trying to use a chainsaw. And Leon takes it off him and literally just jabs the whole chainsaw in his body, which looks badass, by the way. And as you guys might know, is that Leon is my favorite character, so I'm actually very glad he is in this game. Now, shortly after the Game Awards, we did get some confirmation with the developers. They said is that they're going to use Grace to show off all the horror. So you're going to get, you know, the horror's going to be like the jump scares and stuff like that. They're going to use the horror with her because she's going to be scared. She's new. She doesn't really know what she's doing. She's going to be frightened all the time. While with Leon, he's going to be more action heavy. So he's the one going to be taking out the zombies mainly. Not to say that Grace won't have any combat at all, because she will, because we have seen like a clip. I think there is a clip somewhere that was shown in Japan of her actually using the gun, so she will have combat. But it's Leon that is the one that's going to be action heavy. So with him, you're going to be trying to save her, I guess, in a way. So it's going to be very action heavy with Leon. But after watching the trailer and watching Leon's gameplay, he's giving me more Resident Evil 4 vibes rather than Resident Evil 6. Because you know, Resident Evil 6, that was very combat heavy. The horror was like almost non-existent in the game. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I think it's way more Resident Evil 4, I think. Which I am quite happy about. Now, before I end this video, I just want to mention one more thing. A lot of fans, I didn't notice this when I saw it, but some fans actually noticed that there is one part in the trailer where you can see Leon's neck, and it looks like he might be infected. Now, like when I was analyzing that, it does look like he might be affected with a new virus they mentioned, which is Albus, I think it was called. I think he might be infected with that. So I'm not too sure like where they're going to go with that, because there was a rumor going around that Leon might actually die in this game and that this is going to be like his final journey or something. But I hope he doesn't die, but we have to wait and see. I don't think he will, but we'll see where it goes. And also by mentioning that is that, look, eventually they do have to retire the legacy characters because they are getting old now. Like I said, Leon's probably in his 50s. Like the next game's probably they're gonna be a lot older. They're gonna have to figure out to retire these characters anyway. Now I hope none of them die, but I hope they will get a proper character arc where they do retire. Hopefully we can get that in the future games coming, but we'll see. So yeah, anyway, I am very excited for this game, especially when I saw Leon as well. I'm even more excited to play this game. So anyway, that's enough from me. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And yeah, thank you for watching.